Alright guys, Dokkan just dropped even more EZA information. We have the next batch. No LR Shadow Dragons though, so I wonder if they're yet to come, or maybe tomorrow we'll be getting another set of EZA details. We are starting with Int Super Baby 2, and we're going to dive straight into this. So he is starting with 150 attack and defense. When HP is 30% or more, another key +2 and 100% attack and defense. 30% chance to turn into a giant ape. When attacking with 12 or more key, that's another 150 attack and defense. When there's another Inhuman Deeds, Corroded Body and Mind, or GT Bosses category ally attacking in the same turn, which is the brand new Dokkan Fest Omega, Super EZA Strength Omega, EZA Tech Sin. You've got some options in there as well. Even Carnival LR Rose is another one you could use. You have a guaranteed additional super, chance to crit, damage reduction, and chance to dodge, all by 20%, which is really nice getting all three of them. When there is a Pure Saiyan, Hybrid Saiyan, or GT Heroes category enemy, which the biggest one being is SSJ4 Gogeta from the Global Dokkan Special Battle, he'll have another guaranteed additional super, chance to crit, damage reduction, and chance to dodge by 20%, taking his crit chance, damage reduction, and dodge chance all up to 40% in total. Then for every attack performed, that is another 30% attack and defense up to 150, which as long as you have these conditions ticked off here, you can have 2 extra guaranteed additionals along with your base super attack. That's already 3 super attacks. All you would need more after that is 2. So literally, if he appeared on turn 1, by turn 3, he has that full 150. Turn 2, turn 4, he has the full 150. So a very quick and easy build up, a pretty solid EZA overall if I do say so myself, and will benefit from Omega support. And on super attack, he's greatly raising attack and defense by 50%. So again, with those 2 built-in additionals, you're looking at a total of an extra 150 attack and defense. So for a side EZA, he's actually quite solid. Like, pretty solid indeed. Although I can't remember the ban list entirely off my head. Isn't Super Baby 2 this one right here, the one that's actually banned from like every piece of difficult content? I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments. But we have his giant ape form, which once you go into a giant ape, he'll randomly change key spheres of a certain type to rainbow orbs, have a 30% chance to crit, and then for every key sphere obtained, 170 attack. That is a lot of extra attack to be getting. That's pretty beefed up. And then greatly raises attack temporarily, causes destructive damage to enemy. So Super Baby 2, he looks solid. He looks pretty solid indeed, especially with dual Omegas, especially with all the support on that team. He looks pretty good. Then we have Fizz Pan. She will start with 150 attack and defense, 30% chance to dodge, all allies key +2. Wish that was a bit beefier than that, maybe like attack and defense by like 20%, 30. When attacking, that's another 150 attack and defense. When HP is 50% or more, 50% attack and defense, all allies 30% attack and defense. There's the rest of the support I was looking for. When HP is 30% or more, another 50% attack, and all allies 30% attack and defense. So that means if your HP is above 50%, you're looking at a total of key +2 and attack and defense of 60% to all allies, which is pretty beefy. When there's another GT Heroes or Youth category ally attacking in the same turn, 100% attack and defense and a chance to evade enemies' attack and 20% damage reduction when attacking. GT Heroes are one of the strongest categories in the game. You've got the brand new side banner pan. You've got all these EZAs and super EZAs that have dropped within the last 24 hours. You have the brand new Gogeta. You have the boosted SSJ4s. You have the GT EZA Super Saiyan units. You have the Year 7 EZAs. You have options when it comes to a GT Hero category ally in the same turn. Then when all allies attacking in the same turn are GT Heroes or Youth, once again there is a plethora. That is another 100% attack and defense and chance to evade and damage reduction by 20% when attacking. So that means Pan can have very good support. 40% damage reduction, 40% dodge chance. She's okay. She's okay. I think if she had more dodge, not even damage reduction. The damage reduction is nice, especially post-super because she was going to be in slot 3. If she had more dodge chance, if she had like 70% chance dodge with all this support, I would say she's actually pretty solid. Because it's only 40 and you're going to want to go full dodge build in a hidden potential system, she's okay. Unfortunately, 40% chance to dodge and 40% damage reduction with her stats. Actually, no, tell a lie. She's got 30% chance to dodge in base. Actually, maybe I do take that back because she does have a 70% chance to dodge. Yeah, I'll take that back. Actually, Pan's pretty solid. 70% chance to dodge. You're going to go full dodge in a hidden potential system. At least that's what I believe you should do. With great support and damage reduction, which helps with normals. She's actually pretty solid. I'm not going to lie, she's pretty solid. And that's 50% attack and defense for the turn as well. And raises allies' attack by 25% for 2 turns, which breaches over to the next turn. Yeah, she's actually pretty solid. I forgot about that 30% chance to dodge. She had a base passive, but altogether 70% chance to dodge with very good support, both SA effect and in her passive. And the damage reduction to deal with normals. She's a very solid EZA, actually. I'll take that back. She is pretty solid indeed. Next, we have the GT Super Saiyan Trunks. What are you going to do? So 150 attack and defense. Randomly changes key spheres of certain type to rainbow orbs. Int and strength excluded. All allies 30% attack. Then when attacking with 12 or more key, that's another 150 attack and defense. When there is another GT Heroes or Hybrid Saiyans category ally in the same turn, 150 attack and defense. I don't need to go over how many good GT Heroes units there are. Chance to perform a crit and damage reduction by 30%. And then all allies 30% defense. So that means you can combine the base effect with the GT Heroes or Hybrid Saiyan category ally in the same turn to give all allies 30% attack and defense. Then when all allies attacking in the same turn are GT Heroes or Hybrid Saiyans, 150 attack and defense, chance to crit and damage reduction rate, 30%, all allies 30% attack and defense. Now this is just basically a B-Tech Pan and not in a good way. This is a bad version of Pan. You know, the crit chance is nice, but he's not going to be doing enough damage for this crit chance to really mean anything. The damage reduction is nice, which will help out a lot with normals, because you're looking at a total of 60% damage reduction post-super. Because of course, slot 2 or slot 3. All of the support is great. 30% attack, 30% defense, then another 30%. That's 60% attack and defense for all allies, as long as you trigger all of these conditions. The damage reduction is good for normals. Unfortunately, as I said, he's just a bad version of Pan. You know, the dodge would have been way more important, but it's not like they're going to give him dodge considering Pan's got the dodge, and it'd literally be just a copy and paste, a reprint of Pan. But the dodge would have been way more valuable than the crit chance. The support, fantastic, great. The damage reduction, good. Helps out with normals. You know, you don't need these side EZAs to be world beaters, but maybe be in slight contention for some difficult content. You know, maybe if you slightly keep them out of harm's way and are somewhat usable in difficult content, great. But yeah, the crit chance just really isn't that useful. He's going to get absolutely slaughtered in difficult content. I mean, maybe if you give him full dodge in a hidden potential system, you could try and get away with using him. Like, I'm trying to salvage it, but Trunks isn't great. I said the crit chance is just useless. One super attack, that's it. Run done. And he does get 50% attack and defense for 1 turn as well. Moving on, we do have... I'm looking forward to this one. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The Strength Super Saiyan 3 Great Ape GT Goku. I am looking forward to this one. This guy was a go-to back in the 7th anniversary to run with the SSJ4 Goku from the same year. Which, by the way, both SSJ4 Super EZAs are actually very good. Turns out Global Translation's got things a little bit wrong for Jeets. And he's actually a lot better than he first seemed to be. And I've seen some numbers. They are looking ridiculously good. So I hope this guy is usable once again. So we can basically bring back the 2nd anniversary. So he's starting with 200% attack and defense. All allies 33% attack and defense, plus an additional key plus 1 and attack by 33% for characters who also belong to GT Heroes or Giant Ape power category. Which, if this guy is good, that is even more support for the likes of SSJ4 Gogeta, Super EZAs, also the Year 7 EZAs, GT Super Saiyans, Great Ape Vegeta, Carnival LSJ4 Goku, then his support on top of this support. He also links really well with the Carnival LR as well. Please make him good, Dokkan. 30% chance to turn into a Great Ape, 200% attack and defense when attacking. When there's another GT Heroes or Giant Ape power category ally attacking in the same turn, 150 attack and defense, chance to crit, and chance of evading 50% Yes. Yes, Dokkan. Then when all allies attacking in the same turn are GT heroes or giant 8 power category characters, guaranteed additional super and guard. Oh, see, this is one I'd have to see in game. The 50% chance to dodge, good. The guaranteed guard, very nice. Again, the crit chance I could have done without. I think if you gave him damage reduction to go with the guard and the dodge, maybe doubled up on some more damage reduction, or maybe not doubled, but maybe gave him a bit more down here, would have been a fantastic slot 3 unit. He's basically a worse version than the Carnival LR. He's okay. He's okay. It's a big risk running him because there's only a 50% chance to dodge. Maybe if I had a bit more up here, like 20-30%, then he would actually be really good. You know, dodge or die, we believe. We have faith. But considering it's only 50, and then he only has guard, which is only going to get him so far with the stats he has, he's okay. I really wish he was better. He's only okay. Again, it's only a side EZA, but he's okay at best. He's definitely okay at best. On super attack, he's greatly raising defense by 50% for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy, and raises attack by 20 or 30% for 3 turns. Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. He's not good. He's not that solid. He's okay, unfortunately. You'll be relying on too much RNG. He changes Fizz to Strength Key Spheres, randomly changes Key Spheres of a certain type to Rainbow Orbs, has a 50% chance to crit, and 100% attack as a Grey Ape, and then on super attack, he is greatly raising attack temporarily, causing destructive damage to the enemy. Look, in SBR, ESBR, maybe some slightly more difficult content than that, definitely usable. In touching the harder content in the game, yeah, you're relying on way too much RNG with a 50% chance to dodge. I wish he was better just so we could have him back, just like the second anniversary. But the final EZA we have is the AGL Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku. Considering the other one is okay, I'm not expecting a lot from him, I'll be real. Starts with 150 attack and defense, and then per GT Heroes category ally attacking in the same turn, he will allow launch an additional attack that has a 50% chance to become a super, 100% when attacking, and then 70% defense when receiving an attack. That is per GT Heroes category ally, by the way. So does that mean if there is 2 GT Heroes category allies attacking in the same turn with him, does that mean he gets guaranteed additional super? Because it says per. So per GT Hero category ally attacking in the same turn, he has a 50% chance of an additional super. So does that mean he gets guaranteed if there's 2? Or does that mean he gets 2 50% chance of an additional super? And then the rest of it's stats. But that's not bad. Then when all allies attack in the same turn are GT Heroes category characters, an extra 100% attack and a chance to crit and damage reduction rate of 50%. Then when HP is 50% or less, or when there is a GT Bosses category enemy, guaranteed crit and also guaranteed guard, which combined with this is nice. But again, I think the furthest you're going to take him in is potentially Battlefield, SBR, ESBR, maybe something slightly more difficult. I kind of wish the Strength SSJ3 Great Ape GT Goku had this with the guard. I feel like that would have been a lot more useful, and dodge. But instead they've given it to him, where, I'll be real, he's only going to be used in SBR, ESBR, maybe Battlefield, and that's probably about it. Because causes supreme damage to the enemy and raises attack and defense by probably 20 or 30% for 3 turns. And that is all the EZAs. Have they dropped the LR Shadow Dragons while we've been checking out those details, or no? No. Okay, maybe we're going to be getting them tomorrow. Same time as these, potentially. Maybe we'll get them then. But overall, not going to lie, this guy, not great. For the lower difficulty content, could definitely get some use out of him. He's pretty solid. Way too RNG dependent in difficult content. Very good for the likes of SBR, ESBR, Battlefield. Maybe something slightly more difficult. Wish he was a bit better. Wish they took the damage reduction from him and gave it to him. And just gave him 50% chance to dodge, damage reduction, and guaranteed guard. I think that would have been way better and more useful for him. Trunks is a worse Pan, which means he's not great. Pan, pretty solid. I like her a lot. She's pretty much dodge or die, great support. Baby is probably the best EZA out of the bunch, but I'm pretty sure this Int Super Baby 2 is the same Super Baby 2 that is banned in like the majority of any challenging content in the whole of the game, but I could be wrong. So I'm gonna need to have one of you guys let me know down in the comments. But you can also let me know what you think of these side EZAs, what you think of them. Do you like them? Do you not? Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.